All right, so I want to talk about Conejo versus Lemos fight tonight. And to me, this is one of the most intriguing fights on the card, maybe, or the most intriguing fight on the card, because, it's a very big contrast in style. You got Lemos, who's a tall striker, has good jiu-jitsu, obviously, but is a hard hitter. And then you have Conejo, who's a little bit on the smaller size for the weight, but incredible wrestler, or at least showed some incredible wrestling skill in her first fight. So what I really found interesting with Conejo is her ability to implement one technique over and over and over again in her debut. And I watched some of her previous fights before the UFC, and I saw those same things, the same techniques, the head and arm throw to the Kesagatami. So what I'm interested to see here is, can she continue to do that, or will she try to maybe change up her wrestling attacks to maybe throw Lemos off guard? But if I want to see if she's going to implement those same head and arm throw to Kesagatami situation again. And I know Cheyenne Buys escaped it, so they probably worked on some of the things to tighten up the position. So this is going to be one of those battles. It's going to be won or lost in the small gaps. So Lemos is going to be the one trying to dictate the range, maybe catch Conejo coming in, and Conejo's the one who's going to have to close the distance, get the clinch, and take Lemos down to where she can win the fight there. So this is a big contrast in styles, and it's hard to know who could win. Either fighter could probably win if the fight goes the way they want it to. So these are the kind of fights I really like to see, where you have a contrast in style, where one fighter has to fight one way to win in all likelihood, and the other fighter has to fight a completely different way to win in all likelihood. So it's a fascinating matchup to me, and I'm interested to see both of these competitors and who's going to go on. But really, I'm fascinated by Conejo because it's real unusual that you see a fighter at the highest level who can implement one technique over and over again. And to me, that makes her very unique compared to almost any fighters that you see out there, because you don't see a lot of fighters doing that.